What is going on, guys? I cut that music off far too sharp. How is everybody this evening? I hope you're well. Tonight we have a surprise for you. That's right, Ryan has been sacked. Oh, he didn't turn up. It was one of the two. But we're going to go with sacked because it makes us look like we have the power. How you doing, Colin?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm alright. How's your week in FM going? Are you enjoying it?
Oh, well, unfortunately, I had a road trip from work pop up, so I have been unable to play, and I had unfortunately slacked a little bit with getting my videos prepared this week, and I paid the price, so I will apologize to everyone who follows, and I will make it up to you that starting tomorrow we will have double upload 3-day weekend to make up for it. So we will be back on schedule by Monday.
I was going to say something, but I thought I would be nice.
Oh, I do feel like a jerk over it. I try to avoid making sure that that I get into those situations, but unfortunately with the Super Bowl and that last weekend, I kind of got behind, and well, unfortunately I had to travel this week for work, and I got hosed up. So
let's just say it's a good job one of us is professional, Colin.
That's right. If it wasn't for me, you'd be lost in the dark.
Mind you, I listened to my episode today, and it's I remember the episode. It was a double upload today because it was end of season review day. What I will say is the next week's end of season review is not a double upload because I thought the episode justified a day of its own. But today's episode, for people who listen, the end of season 10, we survived in League One, our first season in League One. We battled through the hard times. It was fun. I absolutely loved my first year in League One, but in the same time, I'm glad it finished. You know, when you have them seasons, Colin, where I think I spent longer with my hands on my head, kind of thinking, oh, shit. And then you look back on the season like, oh, that was fun. But yeah, it actually really wasn't.
No, so I've noticed that my first season in every new league that I've played on this series has been the most gut-wrenching, horrific experience. So I am actually, sort of nervous, with this season that I've got going on now. I'm excited for the season to end, but we're sort of dangerously close to promotion, and I'm really nervous that I'm going back in for a really long next season, that my off season is going to be tremendous amounts of planning and trying to get it right, and we're going to go on these weird stretches of huge wins and depressing losses and draws, and we're going to be hovering in the relegation places, and it's going to be a fight to the end, and I don't know if I'm emotionally prepared to do that again.
It's do you know my thoughts were? Now I've survived in League One, so my thoughts for season 11 are to kind of push for mid-table, see how we can do. I think I mentioned last week or week 4, I've got like a 5-year plan to get into the Championship. Then again another 5-year plan to get into the Premier League. I'm dreading the Championship because there's so many big clubs in there. You've got Newcastle and Aston Villa, just to name 2 in there at the minute. So it's going to be scary. It's going up again, but it is something I'm looking forward to at the same time.
Yeah, I think the thing that you and I were talking a lot about, especially, as League 2, League 1, we're both sort of getting closer to, the big time per se. Is it's not only an important setup for players, but it's also like financial mapping, how to invest in the club, how to get where we're going. It's become such a bigger component of things, and yeah, I agree. As we're getting closer to the top, I'm getting more and more nervous about if I made the right investments. Are they going to pay off? Are we going to be competitive, or are we going to go show up against a Newcastle or an Aston Villa and look like we shouldn't even be in the same, like we should be sent home with our tails between our legs?
Well, I think my issue is I've come up against Championship clubs in the Cup, and we've not fared well. And it's quite nerve-wracking because of that. That's what gave me the worry. The fact that we've come up against clubs in the Cup, and certain players who I really did believe could make the step up didn't perform in them games on more than one occasion. So now I'm starting to worry. But before we go, we're going to go into a bit more detail in our series. I've got a few milestones to discuss. I think we should meet our guest, Colin. What do you think?
Oh, I suppose we could give him a little airtime.
Yeah. I'm gonna give him a great speech to sell him, so you guys get excited about him coming on. He's famous in the F. Oh no, wait, he's not. He's called Jay.
That was amazing.
Yep, that's it.
Couldn't have imagined anything better.
We got a guy.
Yep, we got a guy. Yeah, he's got.
His name's
legs.
Jay.
Yep, he's called Jay.
Periodically, he's witty.
Do you have hair?
Yeah.
Yep, he's got hair. Do you have a job?
Kind of.
Kind of. You're a student, aren't you?
Yeah.
Tax dodger. Let's wait for the hate messages after that comment.
Yep.
Remember, at FM_Yank. Remember to like and follow before you abuse him.
Absolutely. Remember to subscribe.
So yeah, you haven't been on for quite a while, Jay. So introduce yourselves, because what I want to do, actually, I've done it at the end of podcasts, but I always wonder, because I turn off to most podcasts I listen to like a minute from the end when they basically start the boring crap. And I normally thank people right at the end, so I'm going to throw it in now.
Wait a second. To be fair, we never, ever have boring crap.
We do. The last bit's normally, it's like we've run out of content.
You mean Ryan's bit?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
So I'm going to throw it in early. The last 3 weeks on iTunes and SoundCloud, we have smashed our records, and it's literally going up every single week. So the people who were listening, I seriously thank you so much. And Jay's now going to introduce who he is to the community.
Right, I am Paul's boss. I just basically do a lot of the database work on FM Central, as well as role in the FM Central Online League, which you'll find everything about it on the website. And starting very shortly, you'll see a lot more of it in the group as well, in the main FM Central group.
That's on Facebook, by the way.
Yes.
Brilliant. You can tell he doesn't do much public speaking.
Nope.
You actually missed out quite an important thing if you had to introduce yourself to people. Jay is, along with myself, the only remaining founder of FM Central.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm glad Ryan hasn't got that on her.
He hasn't got that on his CV, has
Nah.
he? Yep. If he's listening back, eat it. Yeah, we'll expect abuse in the morning.
If he bothers to turn up.
If he bothers to turn up, let's be honest. He didn't answer our messages this evening. He might be crying somewhere.
He might be, to be fair.
Yep. Actually, fair play to Ryan. He did release a post on our website earlier, so people, if you want to go to footballmanagercentral.com, which we plug very rarely on our own podcast. Debski's backgrounds for FM16 look awesome. Have you seen them, Jay?
Yeah, I actually had a look at them earlier, because normally I see them when Ryan posts the link in the chat, and just sort of says, I'm now doing this post, is it to read okay? And they actually look really good.
They look so smooth. Normally the backgrounds, in my opinion, quite a lot of backgrounds look too bright for the wording in front.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a big fan. I genuinely am pushing towards getting a custom skin just because of some of the work that Emil's bringing out this year. I've avoided custom skins just because of my YouTube series, but almost considering it.
I assume they all work with his skin. It's all designed for his skin.
I'd hope so. And I'm playing on the resolution that was in 1980 by 1020 or whatever it is.
Otherwise, 1920, 1080.
Get a job.
I just have
I have a job. Don't you give me crap.
That sounded so defensive.
Whoa.
Well, to be fair, usually I'm one of the only ones that has one.
Whoa, hang on.
Whoa.
Hang on. Whoa, I've been to work tonight.
I didn't say you didn't.
Oh, just the other tax dodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a job during the summer.
Yeah, sure. That's what they all say. I have a job during the summer. I deliver newspapers.
You know
right,
what?
Do we go on topics or do we just continue this for a bit? Let's go back on the Ryan bashing. He's not here. No, I'm joking. So, while we're hanging around in League One at the minute, Jay, yeah, I don't really want to go on with it, but it's only nice, isn't it? So how's your save going?
You sounded so enthusiastic.
Hang on, let me try again. So as we hang around in League One, Jay has an amazing season. save. See, I'll just get on with it.
Okay. I'm just sat around the Premier League now. To be fair,
Who are you?
Bristol Rovers in the year 2030.
That sounds like some sort of McFly song.
Bristol
Bristol
Rovers
in the year 2030.
That
Looking
first,
back
to start with, the year 3000 was Busted and not McFly,
Oh,
and I know exactly what you're meaning, and you got the wrong band.
well, okay.
Yeah, for a start. Basically, yeah, year 2030, 2030-31 season. So I've
Nice.
just got through. Now just starting my new season. In the Champions League, not won anything important
Good
at
job.
all.
Loser.
I know. It's not gone well. The only thing I literally have to congratulate myself about is the fact I've actually managed promotions, and I haven't messed up a team's finances.
Oh, thanks.
Wait for applause. Thank you.
Thanks, sorry. Hang on, let me just... I've actually got Football Manager open for once. I normally don't have it open when we're streaming. I'm recording. So I just want to... Achievements, because you've not won any major tournament trophies, have you? Competitions.
Let's have a look.
Hang on.
Now I'm gonna have
Colin, what's the biggest trophy you've won?
So the two in my series that I have won so far is we lifted the FA trophy,
Oh, get off.
and we won the. I believe we won the Vanarama South. Either the South or the National League, I forget. We won one of them. South. I think we won the Vanarama South.
I don't like how Colin's basically dissing them off like one of them. Don't really know.
Doesn't matter.
It was a
Okay,
long time ago. Okay, I don't remember.
Alright. We'll sit back and listen to this.
It was the South, but I won. We lifted the FA trophy, and then I've personally lifted Manager of the Year twice,
Oh.
and finished a second and a third in there as well.
Well, I'm quite looking
Nice.
forward to following this. So, are you ready? My under 18s finished third in 2020. Hang on.
You know your honours are bad when you start with your under 18s team.
Hang on, it gets better.
We got some guys. We handed out water bottles pretty effectively.
My
Yeah.
under 21s in Group 6 finished third in 2023. My under 21s in 2020. I don't get this. Do you know how this works, by the way, Jay? So in
God.
2022, my under 21s finished runners up in Group 3.
Yeah.
Then the following year, they were in Group 6 and finished third.
It's
Why did they go from Group 3 to 6?
because it's not done on a promotion and relegation, as far as I'm aware. It's done on draws. So they draw the
Oh.
teams.
Okay.
So it's different teams every year. That's as far as I'm aware when I follow the Norwich under 21s.
Well, it's nice to see they're doing well.
Yeah, they always seem to play different teams every year, so that's quite good.
So, are you ready for first team honours?
Go on. I imagine
In
they're not much better.
2020, just like my vision, we won the Conference North. So yeah, moving on.
Yeah.
So effectively, you had one good free hot dog day, and
Well, hang on. I finished runners-up in League 2 in 2024. Finished third place in the conference in 2021. And I've won... Are you ready for this, Colin? I've won 2 Manager of the Years.
Do you know? I don't even
So
know how
welcome
many
to the
I
party.
have.
I've won 1 second place and 1 third place.
so you have yet to win, and you have yet to win a cup. So
No,
as soon as you
no,
win
you
one of
have to win a
those,
cup.
come talk to me.
Okay. Wow. This is literally the barrage episode, isn't it? You know, this is quite funny because we're going to talk about the FM community in a minute. Basically, as all 3 of us are part of the community, we've just basically insulted each other for the first
Yeah.
14 minutes.
This is the tough part of town in the community.
Do you know what I should really do now? We should all go quiet. And what I should do is I should play like a music part segment into the second segment. So what we'll do is we'll be quiet and I'll try to fade in some really cool music right now. So you guys can see my screen, so you're going to see this mixing, and people listening, that's right, this is on the job training. Let's do this. Back for segment 2.
It sounds so weird when we can't hear the music.
I know it's weird. Just so people know who are listening, the guests on the show, the recording software I use, and the way Skype works, the people can't hear the music, so they basically watch me fade in some music in now. And yes, it was the intro music because I'm so cool. But what I am working on, people who listen to Beyond the Touchline, the intro for that says, "Do you love everything football?" Well, I've faded in my voice at the end of that going, "Manager."
Actually,
it's going to be awesome.
Oh, is it really?
That will feature next week.
We are such a professional outfit.
I'm not going to spend half the time laughing at Paul. I'm trying to be cool.
I'm not going to lie. After I did it, I sat back and thought, "Yeah, nailed it."
Could have got some guy to say it in a professional voice and to actually say it with manager included.
Well, I dropped hints to Colin to order a new one, but he hasn't took the hints, so I've had to throw in an edit of my own.
Just get any
I'll
American
take
accent.
care of it.
Well, I just did my own American accent, don't worry about it.
To be fair, it was a Canadian guy, so.
Do you love everything football? Manager.
You put in a weird, awkward pause, like your brain stopped working.
Well, actually, Colin...
reboot.
Just like he was sat there waiting for his cue. It's like, oh crap, I missed it.
Line.
Actually, I think the biggest issue is that they've got background music. So for that manager part, there's no.
He's just sitting there and goes, line.
Might throw the word line in on it. Line, oh sorry, manager. By the way, if people notice I'm talking louder than normal, it's because for the first time since my new computer, I left my headphones in my car. I took my headphones for some reason in the car this morning. I've left them, so I'm using some different headphones and they're muffling my ears, so I can't hear myself talking. So you guys will know, Colin definitely, if I'm talking louder than normal.
You sound just fine.
Alright, people know now my voice anyway. There's bound to be someone who just dislikes it because I talk. Yeah. I've noticed. Yeah,
that's an entirely different story.
Yeah, let's get down into that. Right, the FM community. Who's disliking my videos?
The same 6 guys every week.
It's actually stopped now. Now we've mentioned it, it'll start again, but...
Coincidentally, I actually have 6 channels on YouTube, so don't go suspecting me.
That's alright. I know you wouldn't be able to find our page on YouTube. That's how much effort you put into watching us.
It's just rude. You knew
what was the topics on Monday night on the football show?
I actually watched that, I think.
Go on then, what was the topics?
The topics might have been...
He's not going to get Colin, is he?
I tried to scroll up on the document and it's not there.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I can't do that. I have no idea.
18 minutes in, we're going
I'm
to talk
going to
about
guess
one of
you
our...
slated Norwich, though.
Actually, we didn't.
Did you not?
No, I got all that on my system in the chat before you ran away.
Ah, right, yeah.
Right, so, we actually do have topics, guys. Believe it or not, we're not really organised, but I like to think we do a good job. We're coming up to episode 60 of the weekly Football Manager show, so we're getting quite experienced at nailing these topics.
If you say so.
I think so. I mean, these first 18 minutes were seamless. We had music rolling into segment 2, which still hasn't started. In fact, hang on, we're going to have to do that again. Let me get to the music point again. 2 seconds. We're going to roll into segment 2 and we are going to nail it this time. So listeners, just sit back. Genuinely, I bet they're going to be thinking this is the most professional thing they've ever heard in their lives.
I doubt it.
I doubt it. Right, segment 2. You can tell I've been listening to the Guardian podcast, by the way. He always goes between segments and he always puts some cool music, and my first thought today was, we should do that. I've done it again. Do we have to do the segment music again? No, let's just move on. Right, the FM community. It's been a busy day. Now, I'll explain what's happened, mainly because Colin was asleep, due to being lazy and American.
Not my fault the sun doesn't come up over here for 5 more hours.
Living in the past. Don't worry.
I'm in the future, man. I'm always in the future.
I'm in the future, man. Come on.
Colin, what time is it there?
Fine. It's 6 o'clock.
And what's the date? Is it the 12th or the 11th?
The 11th.
So you're in the past.
Fine. We're just trying to do it better than you, so we need a little more time.
Ah, nice. Right. You balls our segment up again. I mean, come on. Right, 2 seconds. Let's nail this. So the Football Manager community today has been really, really interesting. Nailed it. So, calm it down. Seriously, what's the show going to be called? The Disaster.
Ballsed up.
Welcome, Jay.
I think let's call it Jay Returns.
Jay Returns. People ever wonder why Jay got banned? It's because nothing ever got done. It's like when Matt comes on, the second yellow card comes on.
Yeah.
The topics just go out the window. It's the same type of thing. I mean, last time Matt came on to one of the football shows, we had 9 topics. We talked about 1. I like it, but I don't know what the listeners do. We'll find out. Leave a comment below, yay or nay. Don't leave a picture of a sheep or something if you don't like it. You get it?
That was weird.
Nay.
That's a goat there, boss, not sheep.
Oh. Alright then, calm down. Right, so, really, I'm not doing the music again. Let's get this segment going. Right, I've worked out, if you put music to split the segments, you actually have to do the segment. Just a heads up.
Really?
That's so onerous.
Stick that in the notes for the next episode. So 2 people stepped aside today. And one of them was somebody who I think we all follow, we all admire, we all are massive fans of, and it's Cleon, at Cleon81 on Twitter, if people follow him on there. But let's be honest, if I say the words Cleon and people say who, then you don't really interact in the FM community. Jay. So, yeah, I don't even know where to get started with it. I think the best thing is to just skim his goodbye letter. Basically, the issues have been discussed in the past, the massive promotion of Squawker, Bleacher Report, Spencer, for example, from YouTube. As soon as these guys stream, as soon as these guys release a post, they get pounced on by Sports Interactive and Football Manager go, oh, check this out, check that out. Last year I saw a couple of Twitch streams getting promoted by very large people, and they were using custom graphics, yet ours can't get done because we use custom graphics. People in the community, streamers like Clan Gaming, Dr. Benji streams, loads of people stream. YouTubers, loads of people do YouTube. Dr. Benji again passed 20,000 today. So congratulations to him. You've got second yellow cards, smashing figures. He deserves. I mean, that guy is my morning breakfast. Wow. Really, what I mean is.
Try not to be creepy this time.
Right, let me do that again.
You could end up getting a restraining order.
It's already there, Jay.
It's a good thing he's a really nice guy, because otherwise he'd be freaked out right now.
It's a good job he makes jokes about making my breakfast as well.
Yeah.
What I mean is every single morning I watch him on Football Manager. That sounds better.
That does sound better.
Yes.
Much improved.
But people know what I mean. There's people in the community. Then you've got Cleon. When I get on the bus, if my missus has the car and I get on the bus to go to work, Cleon's articles are what I read. There's other articles I read. We are a community. We all need to support each other. And the issue is, Football Manager, since the release of FM16, in many people's opinions, has decided to forget who the community is. The promotion has been poor. The promotion has been non-existent at times. Now, Miles has tweeted today, Football Manager tweeted they are listening now since stuff that's happened today. Miles has tweeted saying, we have been promoting, check the last 48 hours out. Yes, in the last 48 hours they have promoted stuff, fantastic. What about the rest of the FM16 lifespan? But going down what Cleon was saying, he was saying stuff like he got asked to do a piece by Sports Interactive and they came back to him and said, there's some stuff that needs editing, so he edited it. Took him about a couple of weeks in total to do the post. It was one of his art of counter-attacking, I think it was, and his work is just unbelievable. It can suck you in, and you can just read it for all day if you have the time. He was, I can't remember the site, but a site did a post on him as basically the master of Football Manager. So the fact that then Sports Interactive came back and rejected his work because it was basically too in-depth. It appears Sports Interactive want to make posts for dummies. And I genuinely hope I'm wrong, and I hope they've just kind of slipped up. And I actually hope they come out and hold hands up and say, we fucked up, guys. We should have been promoting the community. We've been... Now, somebody said, oh, well, they should be chasing the big people. Completely agree. I think if they continue to ignore the big sites, the big streamers... I mean, Spencer streams FIFA, but when he goes on Football Manager, you might find 20 people who haven't played it, watch him do it and go, I'm going to buy that. So it's awesome to do, and people who know me know I watch all of Spencer's videos. I'm a massive fan of his channel, so this is not aimed at a dig at him, or at Squawker, or a Bleacher Report, not at all. It's aimed at, yes, chase the big people, because the idea is to build the reputation of the game, but don't do that if it destroys your relationship with the community, and it appears that that has happened. They've basically gone, well, the community's still going to be there, they're still going to do the job, so let's move on and do other stuff and just let them get on with it. That's not the attitude, and it's not getting accepted anymore by the community. Now, Football Manager don't have to promote us, they don't have to have fan sites, but they need a community to keep promoting the game, because the game is so complex a part of it. You can't come into Football Manager and just work it all out. You need help. You need guidance from people like Cleon, who's been in it, like myself's been in it for 18 years. You've got people all over the community who are just happy to... If I can show somebody a view, like I uploaded today, my view for my squad screen somebody asked for, because it helps them understand their screen better. Fantastic. That, to me, that counts that I've helped somebody in the community. All of these little things help people settle, become established, become FM players, become FM writers, FM bloggers. They might just go on our Facebook group and post once a week that they've signed somebody, or that they're looking to sign somebody. They are still part of the community. Everybody who thinks about Football Manager is in the FM community, and if they are active daily, weekly or monthly, they need to be appreciated. And I think a lot of people need to come together and just make sure this community stays together in times where the game seems to be ignoring us. And there's a lot of issues at the minute where not people are backstabbing and arguing, but there's certain people that ask, you see them asking on Twitter saying, do you mind promoting my work, and people just ignore it or don't do anything. Check it out. Now, what I always say is, I will promote people's work if I like it. I'll retweet a lot of stuff, but if I physically type up a post saying, I've seen this, check it out, it's good, that means I've watched it and I liked it. Don't promote work if you think it's really bad, but then don't just ignore them. Tell them why you didn't do it. Just say, I wasn't a big fan of this. People who post in our group on Facebook, if they post something we don't like, we'll give our feedback. We'll say why we didn't like it. If people don't like our work, tell us why you don't like it so we can improve. It's all about being part of a community. I think people are forgetting about that. But it's just sad to see people like Cleon basically feeling like they've bent over backwards and they've just got nothing back. And it's just depressing. I mean, also Addicted to FM, who is also known as Bust the Net. He's also decided to call it a day, and that is again another... I actually only found him a few weeks ago, and it turns out he's a long-term writer, which is kind of depressing that I didn't find him before. His work is just outstanding. It's so frustrating that only a couple of days ago I actually tweeted him saying, I've just come across your YouTube work, came across your website, it's fantastic. And then a couple of days later, he's leaving. I don't know if I scared him off, but... but I mean, Colin, we'll go to you, and obviously, with the events that have unfolded today. What are your thoughts on that first, before we all go into how the community can continue to grow?
Sure. So, getting up well after, I guess, it all had sort of transpired, it was a rough way to start the morning. Because, like you said, Cleon's a guy that, one of the first guys I started reading, that helped me get up the learning curve of Football Manager. And you're right, it's not a game that you just show up, click a few buttons, and everything's great. But that being said, the part that scares me is it feels so much like that's where they want things to go, and that's where the game wants to head, is this almost FIFA-esque, where it's kind of, I don't want to say dumbed down, but it kind of feels like that. And to me, the thing that makes both the game and the community so vibrant is it is a complex game, right? The game, we all love, is it's a difficult and tough game, and when you really understand it and master it, and that's what makes it beautiful. And guys like Cleon were able to turn that into words, and you could read it and you could learn, and they're just such fantastic footballing minds. And to me, that's what this game really is. It's not it's not booted up, grab a bunch of guys, pound, mash a bunch of buttons, and all of a sudden you're going to win games, all over the place, and you don't actually have to think about it at all. So to me, I think, from a community perspective, I think it's a big loss. It's a brilliant footballing mind that's not with us anymore to share those experiences and thoughts and just ideas that help, just help people build on. I think, like you said a little bit, right? I mean, okay, fine. We're doing little things, and there's lots of writers, and and we try and push people that we really like and help them get out there. But it's all standing on the shoulders of the giants before you, and Cleon is one of the giants, and it's unfortunate that that he feels this way. And you know what, I think, as I was reading it, I wanted to be angry at him, and I wanted to say, oh, you gave up and you walked away. But you know what? I can't. I completely understand what he's saying, that he's a long form artist, but a brilliant mind, and he's being sort of pushed out in favor of some canned soundbite. And it's so hard, and I get it, and it just, there's a part of me that it's just really sad that it came to that.
I think the next point to go to would be Jay, and this is actually coming into, because Jay, you don't get around the community. You're on our Facebook group, but in terms of community interaction around away from FM Central, you're not as active. So I want to kind of say, in terms of Cleon stepping aside, in terms of the issues with Football Manager, which you've seen in the admin chat we've got, where obviously I've discussed in the past, and what's your thoughts in what you see? Does it affect you? And I'd like to know your honest opinion, for someone who is just you're a Football Manager player, but you're not somebody who gets around the community in terms of seeing what happens.
Yeah, no, I don't really go. Obviously, a lot of the community now is on Twitter. Everything is spread around there. Everyone's messaging each other there. So I don't really use Twitter a lot, apart from when people ask you for editor help and you don't know how to answer them.
Thanks.
And, that's when I come into it. So I don't know. A lot of this doesn't affect me, from the point of view that if I didn't sort of help out on the site every now and again, then apart from that, it doesn't affect me at all personally. Because
in terms of the Football Manager YouTube, the Football Manager Facebook account and Twitter account, then do you go to them do you see what they promote, if they promote something, or Is it something again which it doesn't really come to your eye? And if not, how do you find content you watch? Do you go to YouTube? Do you go to blogs? Do you go to websites?
So I like a lot of the independent blogs. So a lot of the things that get shared in the group is what a lot of the things I read. I enjoy reading how people are getting on with rather than guides myself.
So people like that FM region who's doing his
Yeah,
Leicester save, yeah.
yeah, that sort of thing.
No,
Um,
that's so. See, that's cool because now people who maybe aren't on our Facebook group but in that kind of community side of things in terms of the big groups, people might now sit back and think, well, hang on, that's a good place to find stuff.
yeah, I think it is personally because even though if it's not on blog necessarily on blogs, you get people who, if you're interested in reading stories, you do get people writing entire stories and posts and doing it in parts as they go along. So it's not necessarily you have to click on a blog externally to go and see this sort of thing.
There you go, see? Hey, you're learning. Plug our Facebook group and talk about blogs. You are on fire.
I know.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Good work. So I think the next bit, Colin, is what you want to discuss was how does the FM community proceed from the events of today, which no matter what people say, these events have been massive. The Twitter side of the Football Manager community erupted with this today. So, and Football Managers come out, they've said they've listened and they are thinking, whatever. I don't know exactly what that means. Hopefully it means they are reviewing sharply, and I mean sharply, how they are communicating. Miles has come out and said he doesn't agree with all what is on Cleon's post, but he agrees with some of it. So hopefully that's his public answer, and his private answer is sort this shit out. I mean, how do you think the community is going to proceed, or how would you like to see it proceed?
So I guess the first thing I would do is I would say, open it up to the people who listen and let us know what you think. To me, I think we've spent a lot of time talking about it. We've spent a lot of time pushing and saying, you know what, we think SI should help out. I think the thing that's becoming more apparent to me is that I think things are a little divergent. And if we're gonna get to a place where the community is more like it was, we need to help get there. Now that being said, I've spent some time today thinking about it, and I really don't have any good idea. But I think, as the community, banding together and helping kind of grow ourselves, and really kind of take command of it ourselves is what's needed. But I don't really know how to get there. I wish I did. That was the other thought that bothered me, is I really, really did wish that I had an answer that I could have said, hey, confidently, if we're going to go do these 5 things and we're all going to be the better for it and it's going to be awesome. But I don't. I guess the only thing I know for sure is that there are a lot of people doing a lot of really great things, and we need them to keep doing what they do. And as long as people are doing the really good work and producing the great blogs and the amazing articles and the fantastic YouTube videos and the incredible streams, that the content's there, then I think it makes it easier, because the problem we have to solve is getting it to more people, as opposed to having to create it. So I think, to me, I don't have any good ideas, but I want to listen, and I want to talk, and I want to exchange, and I want to brainstorm with people on how to do that. But I think the first thing is we just got to keep creating. I think that's a huge piece of it, and the more we're creating, then we can solve the communication problem. But I really do want to have a discussion with it. So as people are listening, please, tweet us. If you're not on the Facebook group, get on that. If you're in the Facebook group, let's put something, create a thread, tag us. We're more than happy to to start talking, because I know I am for sure that the best way that we're going to help figure this out is with the community.
Good response. I don't think I need to add anything on that. As you say, let's just get people's thoughts, get people's opinions, and see what we can do. There are some ideas. With FM Now, for example, we are discussing improving their forum community section to kind of give a platform. There's some other people with some other great ideas, so it's just a matter of seeing what we can all come up with. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not some sort of leader in the community. I'm not some sort of power-hungry, driven, mad, crazy man. I just want to help put ideas across. People don't have to use our ideas. People don't have to listen to our ideas. People just have to do what they want to do, and hopefully it all comes together and works well. If people don't want to listen, then don't listen, as we noticed doing. Someone unfollowed me and blocked me on Twitter. Very nice of him. Moving on. Do we need music for the next segment?
No.
I don't think we do we? No, Colin's not impressed.
No.
Right, Jay, are you ready? Is he gone? Yeah, brilliant. This is what I call seamless. Seamless. So, Colin, what we're going to do is we're just going to end by quickly doing a little bit of save talk, just to kind of recap it. So, just where are you currently on YouTube, and how do you feel it's going since we last spoke?
Okay, so I am now getting to the business end of my second season in League 2. We're good. We're in the automatic promotion spots, and we've been sort of hovering there all year. I feel like we're more effective. We've been struggling a little to kind of find some decent tactical consistency, but we're holding on. We've sort of ebbed and flowed in and out of our mojo being there and kind of disappearing. So I'm happy. I think we have a very, very good shot of going up. I think, based on the league table, the worst that's going to happen to us at this point is we're going to end up in the promotion playoff spots. But I think League One is a real conversation, and I'm starting to think about it. So I'm starting to get a little excited and a little nervous for next season. But overall, pretty happy. So stay tuned for the whole weekend here, because there's going to be a lot of good stuff coming.
Fantastic. And now Jay's back because he's such a professionally decided to mute his mic and forgot to unmute it. So Jay, just we're going to give you the floor to end the show and just tell us what's your plans with your save. How far do you see it going? I know you haven't won anything yet because you're not very good. So
I've won some, just nothing I'd class as major. I've won the Capital One Cup a couple of times. I love at the top of my honours list is third place in the Premier League, which is almost as bad as Norwich. I've pretty much got there. We've pretty much got Norwich's achievement list. Top in the Premier League is like the third place, and I've got 2 Capital One Cup, which is pretty much what Norwich have. That's pretty depressing. But yeah, I want to get the title. The title is always the aim. But I'm not confident that I'll get it anytime soon. Even Everton have won it before me.
So you're in 2030, so I think the question I want to ask, it's obviously going to be a special question, is where is Martin Ødegaard?
Me? He's with me.
He's what?
He's my centre attacking midfielder.
Prove it.
I can't really prove it. I'll get a screenshot and you can put it in if you want for the YouTube video. I signed him in the 2026.
Wow.
He was unhappy at Man United and requested a transfer, so they sold him for what he was worth at the time, his market value of 37 million.
Wow. Holy smokes.
So I've had him now this is now his 5th season at the club.
Wow, nice. And do you want me to make you realise, Jay, how impressive we are as a podcast?
Go on.
We are at 44 minutes and 33 seconds. Now, as the podcast lasts 45 minutes, I'm going to slowly fade us out and talk. So I want to thank you for coming on, Jay.
You're very welcome.
And you're actually with us next week as well.
Oh, it's very nice.
I know, 2 weeks in a row.
I must have
As always, Colin.
Always glad to be here.
And this is going to work out well. 5 seconds of music and we are out. Damn it, I went 2 seconds